Hey guys, welcome back. Today we're diving into some seriously stunning houseplants that can totally brighten up your space. I'm not talking about your basic green foliage. I mean plants with bold reds, purples, yellows, and even pinks that look like they came straight out of a painting. These aren't just pretty faces either. Most of them are surprisingly easy to take care of, so whether you're a plant newbie or already running a jungle at home, you'll find something here that'll catch your eye. Let's check out 11 colorful indoor plants you'll actually want sitting on your windowsill. Adenium, often called the desert rose, is one of those plants that instantly grabs attention with its thick, sculptural trunk and bursts of bright pink to deep red blooms that look almost unreal. What makes it such a stunner indoors is that it doesn't just rely on flowers. Even its swollen base has this artistic, bonsai-like vibe that makes it feel like living decor. Despite looking exotic, it's actually a low-maintenance plant that thrives in bright light and well-draining soil, which means if you've got a sunny window, you're halfway there. Studies have shown that plants with vibrant blooms like Adenium can reduce stress and boost mood, and honestly, nothing beats walking into a room and seeing those bold flowers popping against the green leaves. It's drought-tolerant too, storing water in its trunk, so if you forget to water once in a while, it won't hold a grudge. The desert rose can live for decades with the right care, and over time it develops even more character, turning into a centerpiece that's equal parts houseplant and living sculpture. Philodendron Pink Princess is basically the rock star of colorful houseplants, thanks to its striking mix of dark green leaves splashed with bubblegum-pink variegation that looks almost hand-painted. Collectors love it because no two leaves are ever the same, making each plant feel unique and Instagram-worthy. It does best in bright, indirect light to keep those pink tones vibrant, and it likes slightly moist but well-draining soil, so overwatering is the only real enemy here. What's cool is that variegated plants like this aren't just pretty, they've become so sought after that Pink Princess cuttings can sell for hundreds of dollars, proving how much plant lovers value that rare pink foliage. Having it in your home instantly adds a modern, designer vibe without needing any extra decor. Plus, like most philodendrons, it helps purify indoor air, so it's not just eye candy. It's actually improving your living space while showing off those jaw-dropping colors. Anthurium Crystallinum is one of those plants that looks like it was designed for luxury interiors, with its huge, velvety, heart-shaped leaves and bold white veins that almost glow against the deep green background. The leaves can grow over a foot long indoors, so it doesn't take much for this plant to become the star of the room. It thrives in bright, indirect light with consistently moist but not soggy soil, and it appreciates a little extra humidity. Think of it as a tropical diva that loves spa-like conditions. What makes it extra special is how the velvety texture actually diffuses light, giving the plant this soft, almost glowing effect that feels high-end and calming. Studies on biophilic design show that large-leaved plants like anthuriums can improve focus and reduce stress levels, which makes sense when you see how calming it is just to look at one. It's not just a pretty face either, it's a resilient plant when given the right care and will reward you with bigger and bolder leaves year after year, making it a long-term investment in style and wellness. Peonies are the kind of plant that bring pure drama and elegance into a home, with their massive, layered blooms that can reach up to 10 inches across and come in shades of pink, red, white, and even yellow. They've been celebrated for centuries, especially in Asian cultures where they symbolize wealth, honor, and romance, and today they're still among the most popular flowers worldwide. While traditionally grown outdoors, potted peonies indoors can absolutely steal the show when given enough light, ideally a sunny windowsill with well-drained soil and cool conditions. What makes them so irresistible is not just their color but also their fragrance, which can fill a room in spring with a sweet, floral scent that feels like nature's perfume. Fun fact: cut peony blooms are some of the longest-lasting in arrangements, often staying fresh for up to 10 days, which is why florists adore them. Bringing peonies inside adds a seasonal splash of luxury, turning any ordinary space into something that feels lush, vibrant, and full of life. Orchids are hands down one of the most iconic colorful houseplants, loved for their delicate yet striking blooms that can last up to 3 months at a time, far longer than most flowering plants. With over 25,000 species, they come in just about every color imaginable: vibrant purples, bright yellows, pure whites, even speckled or striped varieties that look like living art. Despite their reputation for being fussy, most common types like Phalaenopsis orchids are actually quite easy to care for indoors. They thrive in bright, indirect light, prefer a loose orchid mix instead of soil, and only need watering once the roots turn silvery gray. What's fascinating is that orchids are natural air purifiers, and NASA's studies on indoor plants even noted their role in filtering toxins, so they're beautiful and functional. They've also been symbols of luxury, love, and strength for centuries, making them more than just a pretty flower. Having an orchid in your home adds a splash of elegance and color that feels timeless, while also giving you a plant that rewards patience with show-stopping blooms year after year. Variegated Rhaphidophora Tetrasperma, often nicknamed the mini monstera, is a showstopper because of its split leaves painted with creamy white or yellow variegation that looks almost like brush strokes. This rare mutation makes each plant one of a kind, and because variegated plants can't photosynthesize as efficiently, they grow slower, making them even more coveted among collectors. It thrives in bright, indirect light, which helps maintain that stunning variegation, and prefers a chunky, well-draining soil mix with moderate watering. What's really cool is how fast the non-variegated version can grow, sometimes several feet in a single season. So when you get the variegated kind, you're basically getting the same energetic climber but with designer leaves. Prices for these can easily reach into the hundreds of dollars, showing just how much plant enthusiasts value that rare look. With a moss pole or trellis, it climbs beautifully, turning into a living wall of unique patterned foliage that feels modern, stylish, and completely unforgettable in any room. Variegated mini monstera is a rare gem that plant lovers can't get enough of, thanks to its compact size and those fenestrated leaves splashed with creamy white or pale yellow patterns that make every leaf look like a work of art. Unlike its giant cousin, the Monstera deliciosa, this one stays more manageable indoors, making it perfect for apartments or smaller spaces while still giving off that tropical jungle vibe. It thrives in bright, indirect light, too little and you'll lose that gorgeous variegation, and it loves a chunky, airy soil mix that keeps its roots happy. Because of its rarity, a single cutting of a variegated mini monstera can cost anywhere from $150 to over $500, which proves just how highly sought after it is in the plant world. With a support like a moss pole, it will climb and show off even more dramatic leaves, turning into a statement piece without overwhelming your room. What makes it extra special is the fact that no two leaves are ever the same, so as it grows, it's like unwrapping a new piece of living art every time. Variegated monstera is the crown jewel of houseplants, instantly recognizable for its giant split leaves marbled with creamy white or even mint green streaks that look like they've been painted by hand. This plant is so highly prized that a single cutting can sell for hundreds, sometimes even thousands of dollars, making it a true collector's item. It thrives best in bright, indirect light to keep that stunning variegation intact, and it prefers a chunky, well-draining mix with just the right balance of moisture, never soggy, but never bone dry either. What makes it fascinating is how unpredictable the variegation can be. Some leaves come out almost pure white, others heavily speckled, and each new leaf feels like a surprise. Beyond its beauty, the large leaves also work as natural air purifiers, helping filter toxins while making your space feel more vibrant and alive. With the right care and a sturdy moss pole, the variegated monstera grows into a breathtaking statement plant that doesn't just decorate your room, it completely transforms it. Alocasia Azlanii, often called the jewel alocasia, is a plant that looks like it belongs in a gallery rather than a living room, with its deep, almost metallic purple-green leaves that shimmer under the light and bold pink veins that add a striking contrast. This rare beauty stays relatively compact, making it perfect for tabletops or shelves where its dramatic foliage can really shine. It thrives in bright, indirect light with consistently moist but well-draining soil, and it absolutely loves humidity, so a pebble tray or humidifier will keep it thriving. What makes it so special is how its leaves seem to change depending on the light, showing off different shades from emerald to violet, almost like living stained glass. Collectors adore it because of its rarity and the fact that it can cost anywhere from $100 to $300 for a healthy plant, which says a lot about its demand. Having an Alocasia Azlanii in your home isn't just about color, it's about adding a rare, exotic statement piece that feels both bold and luxurious. Cordyline is one of the most vibrant foliage plants you can bring indoors, loved for its bold leaves that can range from hot pink to deep burgundy, lime green, or even striped combinations that look like nature's version of neon lights. Native to the Pacific Islands, this plant thrives in bright, indirect light and prefers evenly moist but well-draining soil, making it fairly easy to keep happy with a consistent watering routine. What makes Cordyline stand out is how its colors intensify with good light. Those pinks and purples become richer, turning the plant into a living highlight in your space. In fact, Horticultural studies show brightly colored foliage plants like Cordyline can help create an uplifting environment, boosting mood and energy in indoor settings. It also has a strong cultural presence, often grown outdoors in tropical regions as a symbol of good luck and protection. Indoors, Cordyline brings that same lively, exotic vibe, acting like a natural pop of color that no paint or decor piece could ever match. Rex Begonia is one of the most dramatic indoor plants you can own, with leaves that look like they've been hand-painted in shades of silver, purple, green, and even deep red, often with swirls, stripes, or speckles that make every plant completely unique. Unlike many flowering plants, the real show here is in the foliage, which can grow up to 6 inches across and instantly become the focal point of any room. It thrives in bright, indirect light and prefers slightly moist but well-draining soil, while higher humidity will keep those textured leaves looking their best. What's especially cool is that Rex begonias have been proven in NASA's plant studies to help improve indoor air quality, making them not just pretty but practical too. Collectors love them because there are hundreds of cultivars, meaning you could fill an entire shelf with different varieties and never see the same pattern twice. With their kaleidoscope colors and bold personality, Rex begonias bring an artistic, almost whimsical touch to indoor spaces that few other plants can match. And that wraps up our list of stunning colorful indoor plants that can instantly brighten up your space and give your home some serious personality. Whether you're into bold foliage, rare variegation, or statement blooms, there's definitely a plant here that can fit your vibe. If you enjoyed this lineup, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more plant inspiration, and drop a comment telling me which one of these beauties you'd love to bring home. Until next time, keep your plants happy and your space full of color.